Hey everybody, so for today's movie review, I'm going to talk about the film Before Sunrise. It is a film by Richard LinkLater, and it's a romance story featuring Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy. In this film, you guys, Ethan Hawke is getting on a train, and he just got done meeting up with his girlfriend in a different country, and I think it's Madrid where they met up. Basically they broke up. They view each other as exes now. He's going back to the U.S. Things didn't work out the way he hoped it would. Um, but he does end up meeting this woman played by Julie Delpy, who, kind of like him, knows a lot of English and very vaguely knows other languages. Um, and because on this train, they're kind of the only people that know English to begin with. They just kind of talk to each other, see what's going on. Just give each other something to do while the trains go meeting their destination. Um, so basically, they really enjoy talking to each other. The train conversation went well, and so Ethan Hawke comes up with the idea of, because he wants to spend the rest of the night in this place that he just got off at. That this woman would join him, and they could continue this conversation that they had on the train, just to kind of entertain each other and see Vienna. I think that's where they were at, Vienna. Um, yeah, they were at Vienna, and basically continue what they, like I said, continue what they were doing on the train. And they talk about life. They have like Q&As with each other, like full honest answers about love and relationships, why certain things went bad, why certain things went well. Um, so basically, this film is a feature length conversation, so be warned. This is a feature length conversation, pretty much, but that's not a bad thing. But at the same time, if you go into this film, expecting like action scenes and stuff, it's not that kind of film. So just be warned when you go into this film. But like I said, this for a film that's a feature length conversation, it's very well done. Um, so basically, it's kind of this one night deal that they have with each other, because they're going off into different countries. He's going back to the U.S. She's going back to college somewhere in France, I believe. So things aren't working out. They are working out, but they can't work out because they're in different countries. They live in different countries, um, and so basically, uh, Ethan Hawke is, they have to basically make this one night their ultimate night. And so basically, they try to live it to the fullest before the two have to part forever, or at least you think they're going to part forever, since this is going to be a trilogy soon, with Before Sunset and Before Midnight, which I haven't seen yet, but I hope to. So this is a three-part movie event, and this is just part one of that event. So at this time, they really think that this is going to be the last time they see each other, kind of this one night event kind of deal. Um, and so basically, like I said, they have to live the night to the fullest. So for Before Sunrise, you guys, I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, it's just really impressive to see a great film come out of a feature length conversation. I haven't seen, I have seen My Dinner with Andre. That's kind of like that. But with this film, they're walking around to places. They actually have environments of Vienna in here that they walked around and explore in. And in My Dinner with Andre, they were at a dinner table the whole time, so not a lot going on there. But with this film, you guys, they captured the scenery of Vienna and had interesting conversations, and we learned about the characters as time went on in this film. So just really interesting topics that they covered here. I really like the Vienna backdrop in here. Great environment to shoot in. I really like that they filmed it there. Uh, Realistic feelings throughout. You definitely had the impression that Richard Linklater has wrote two very realistic characters. These feel like two characters that could walk around our society right now. Um, Very realistic, real take on a romance story, and I really like that Richard Linklater, who directed this film, was able to accomplish that. Um, I thought the film flowed very well. For a feature length conversation, like I said, I'm always going back to that. But like I said, I'm just really impressed that Linklater caught my attention for the whole film with that. So it just flowed very well. It definitely, time flew by with this. They talked about a lot of interesting things in here. We really got to learn these characters and have interesting things that we may not have thought about until these characters have talked about them. Um, I think they like talk about reincarnation, and they talk about like life and marriage, and like in high school they wish they did this and avoided this and that kind of stuff. Um, the honesty between the two characters. I liked how these characters were always honest with each other, and when they weren't, completely comfortable with certain things, you definitely had the impression that they weren't comfortable about it. So, like I said, that goes back to the realistic feeling where, as much as we really all like to be honest with each other 100% of the time, there's certain things that all of us are going to be discomfortable about on certain topics that are really touchy feeling for all of us. Um, but like I said, I like the honesty between the two characters. You definitely had the impression that they talked about honest things, and they told how certain aspects of their lives really played out, and there was no holds back on it. I liked the one night experience feeling of this film, you guys. Like I said, I just really enjoyed that these two people really tried to spend this one night and really live it to the fullest because they really didn't know if they were going to see each other ever again. And if they are going to see each other again, it's going to be a really long time from then. And even near the end of the film, like you'll see without spoiling anything, uh, it's kind of all over the place whether they're going to meet up with each other or not. You really don't know if they're going to. Um, and unless you knew about a sequel, once again, you wouldn't really know if they're really going to meet up with each other or not. Um, for the negatives, you guys, I did think Ethan Hawke was a little bit off as a character. I did like how he was really honest in certain scenes, and I liked that he did have some interesting topics to bring up throughout the film. Um, but there was something about the character that seemed a little bit off to me. There was just something about him that I didn't like, and I almost wish that And I know Linklater probably tried to have some flaws to him, but maybe give him some flaws, but still make him likable. Because everything that Julie Delpy did, I really liked. I thought her character was awesome. Um, she had flaws, but it didn't ruin the experience of the movie. And Ethan Hawke's character didn't ruin the experience of the film either. I just really think that, for a feature length conversation, it's very important that you make those two characters very interesting. And even though that is done, there was some select moments in this film where I really wish that the Ethan Hawke character was just didn't seem off. He just kind of seemed a little bit off in certain scenes. Um, there's some weirdly placed strong language in this film, you guys, too. Like every once in a while, they would just drop the F bomb, or they would um, basically they would swear at the times you wouldn't want them to swear, especially on like really touchy subjects. I think this film could have been just as successful with less language, bad language put into it. I just really think that it's fine to have it every once in a while, but there was just a lot of scenes in here where it really felt really weirdly placed. So I'm hoping the sequels after this film improve upon that. And like I said, be warned that this is a feature length conversation, so um, go into this film knowing that you're going to have that when you're experiencing the film. Not a problem with me. I thought this was an excellent movie. So, Before Sunrise, guys, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed this one. I really can't wait to see the sequels. I have no idea when Before Midnight's coming out in the Madison area because that's where I live. But once I do know when it comes out, I definitely want to experience that film for sure. And I know Before Sunset's available for rent at some places, so I'm definitely going to go check it out there at those places. But for now, guys, Before Sunrise is very good. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Make sure to check this one out.